Hey everyone, how's it going? Matthew Gonzales here with the G4R Team Tuned. This is not the Team Edition motor. This is not the standard Aurora motor. This is the Team Tuned, the motors I am personally building for us to sell at Hobbywing North America. And here I'm going to walk you through building one. I know people always ask what to do, how to build motors, how I put together our Hobbywing motors for our customers, race team, and everything else. And here I have the basic tools that you'll need to do this. Hobbywing a tunalizer, a motor stand of your choice. I use the Milan Sport one. This is my favorite one by far. Thank you, Milan, for giving this to me from the since it was Sultan at the 2025 IFMAR Worlds. Appreciate it. An MIP 1.5, a 2mm wrench from my 2mm wrench, like from MIP as well, and some 1-Up Racing red. We'll use that on like the bearings. Some other things that you may also need are mother's polish, a drill, and that'll keep everything kind of smooth with like the rotors getting onto like the bearing shaft. So let's move the tunalizer out of like the way. I'll unplug it. Move that like to the side here, because we're not going to need that here soon. So first off, we have the 13.5 motor here with a JUS optional like rotor. Open it up. I already cut these like open. The motors come in this nice little box here with this little plastic wrap. You always want to remove like the plastic wrap. It's already done for you on the Team Tuned motors. Take this off. We'll leave this in here and put that over there. And first things first, we take the motor apart. There you go. All apart. We'll put the rotor inside like the box here. First here, kind of check everything out, make sure everything's fine. The biggest thing about these motors is that the sensor board, like sensor board modification. So I'll just try to zoom in here for you guys. You can see here move it back a little bit. You can see here that little sensor right there is pretty far away from the old rotor. We're going to fix that real quick. So I'll put the rotor back over there. What we do is we take this apart. All these motors come stock timed at 43 degrees. What we found on the non-epoxy line of motors is that 43 degrees for 13.5, 46 degrees for 17.5, and 45 for the old 21.5 class, with the optional rotor, of course. So you're also going to need an X-Acto blade here. What we're going to do is what has been originally called the sensor board mod, the Charlie mod, stuff that we've developed over like the years to improve your performance of your G4R motors. So you get the X-Acto blade. Try not to cut yourself. What we're going to do is we're going to move the board. I have my super nice soldering iron here. Here's the tabs there. Feel the board moving a bit. Go to the other side here. Make sure you're getting both points. You can hear a clicking noise. It means that you did it right. Some of them take a little longer to heat up. Others, there you go. Now you should be able to see here that the physical sensor part is moved farther forward. We'll grab the rotor again to show you. Right on the money there. Sensor is closer. From what we've seen this do on the track, provides a little more torque and a little more balanced top end speed. Motor seems to run a lot more efficient, and more power is always better. We'll zoom out here again. Get a little bit of a better view. So we'll grab our JUS rotor. Put it back to the bearing. Make sure it spins like freely. Spins great. We will now lube the bearing with some 1-Up Racing Red. I use this because it's a little thicker. It allows for longevity. I've used anything thin. It works well, but it doesn't hold up long over time. We just want to make sure that the bearings are spinning as smooth as possible. Put a dabble here. Make sure there's nothing stuck on here. Put a dabble there. Grab a little rag. A little too much. There we go. Now, that is ready to go to hit the old motor. So, some of the rotors I've had to polish, but as you can see here, this one comes on super easy. That's what you're like looking for. Is if the rotor has any drag to like the bearing, it's not good. It can create heat, have some like inefficiency, which is no bueno to the racing program. So we just check this one out too. Spins nice and free. Remove the shims here. So usually you want one thick shim, one itty bitty shim. It seems to be the most ideal spacing from what we found. It just depends on each motor, but most of them enjoy this spacing. So grab this. Let's put the end bell. So all the end bells here have, you can see here, a dot. This dot is from the factory of where the timing was set at. Take this up. Out at the stock timing mark. Perfect. Zoom out again. Now, the fun part, putting this back there. And you want to line up these two grooves here. So, G4R has this groove there, has this groove there. And I've seen some customers and people line them up like this. The motor runs no different, but it's aesthetically pleasing to have it the correct way. There you go. And on these screws, you don't want to over tighten them. It can cause the sensor board and stuff to look a little like wonky. We'll zoom out a bit. So what I do is I grab my 2mm, barely snug them. It was not a barely snug. That's barely snug. There we go. And slowly tighten each one till you can feel a little resistance there. So there, there, and there you go. Your motor has now had the sensor board mod done and the rotor installed, and the shimming near perfect. So now let's break out the tunalizer. So we have now the tunalizer motor, sensor wire, plug it in. Now hit start. Now the fun part. So motor's pulling 5.04 amps, not under load, 4152 on the old KV, tested at 7.44 volts. The rotor symmetry is perfect. This is just an off-the-shelf rotor. Nothing crazy, nothing special, but the deviation's a little high, so we're going to fix that. So we'll unplug it, move you out of the way here. Unscrew this. Now, I use a hot air gun to move the sensor a little closer, or to align like the board. You can see here that the sensor board is a little high on the old A tab. So, put this back up there. Grab this. Put the motor over here. Alrighty, so now we have to get the hot air gun out. Put it over the A tab for a tiny bit here. Gets the A sensor a little loose. Look at the chart and start moving sensors. As you can see here, the sensor moves a little bit. That's all we really need. Put it back together here. The hot air gun will dry out the back bearing, so you just got to make sure you reapply the lubricant. Move the tune-alizer down. Shimming's still good. Grab your sensor wire here. Plug it in correctly. Grab the motor. There we go. A little lower. Hall signal's also a little better. So we'll keep working on that. So you'll see with the deviation getting better, the amp draw also starts to go down, which is a big thing for efficiency, runtime, voltage drop, temperature, all that stuff. Move this up again. We'll move the B tab now. B tab has been moved. Moved. Put the rotor back in the can. I for sure add some more bearing oil because it's dry. I can see the oil flinging out when I'm heating it up, so I just want to make sure that it's still well lubricated for whoever's getting this motor. Nice and snug. Sensor wire plugged in correctly. Do another pull. There we go, guys. 0.1 end belt deviation, 0 symmetry, Hall signal deviation at 0.2. 43 degrees of timing, 4.92 amps, 4175 on like the KV. This thing's a ripper. This thing will be ready to go for your local racing scene. For anyone who gets this motor, it is serial number 252800167. 67, of course. But yeah, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. And this is just a video of how we're putting together the Team Tune motors for everyone who has been able to purchase one. Thank you again for your purchase with Hobbywing North America. Thank you again for watching this video. If you would like to see more videos like this, please leave a comment. My email is mgonzales@hobbywing.com if you ever have any questions. We also have a podcast that I do with Charlie called RC Stuff, powered by Hobbywing, on your favorite podcast like service. And I'm writing on the blog now. So if you would like to see any blog posts about any of this stuff, let me know. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.